Be me, 25-year-old feminist dating boyfriend for year and a half. Now pretty serious, relationship is good. We get along well, spending lots of time together. He works construction sites all over the city, different locations daily. Sometimes he's at downtown project. Sometimes suburbs different every day varies. Ask him about his day, and he tells me which site he was at. But I notice he doesn't always tell me exactly where he is during day. Start feeling anxious when I don't know where he is exactly located at. Read article about how women should know partners' whereabouts for safety reasons. Tell him, I think we should share locations with each other for safety. He says, okay, that's fine, and turns on location sharing on phone. Can see his location anytime I want, on my phone tracking him there. Feel better knowing where he is, but notice he doesn't check mine ever. Check his location several times a day just to see we're working. One day, I check his location, and he's at address. I don't recognize unknown, panic slightly, and text him asking where he is exactly right now. He responds hour later, saying he was at new job site client meeting. Feel annoyed he didn't respond immediately. When I asked took too long. Ask him to text me whenever he goes to new location so I know. He forgets to do it several times over next week. Doesn't follow through. Have to check his location myself, and text asking where he is each time. Tell him he's not keeping his promise to update me on locations breaking agreement. Suggest he should text me every hour with his location update regularly scheduled. He looks surprised and asks if that's really necessary. Seems excessive to him. Tell him yes because I worry about him and need to know he's safe. Say that construction sites are dangerous and what if something happened to him? He sighs and says, okay, I'll try to text you every hour. Then. Feel relieved that he's agreeing to keep me updated regularly now, finally. First day of hourly updates, and he's pretty good about it, texting regularly. Texts at 8 a.m. saying he's at site downtown, location address included details. Texts at 9 a.m. saying still at the same site working on foundation pour ongoing. By noon, I have 6 texts, all saying basically, same thing, location unchanged. Feel satisfied that I know exactly where he is. All day long, tracked completely. Tell him I appreciate him keeping me updated, makes me feel secure and safe. He says no problem. Glad it helps you feel better about things. Week into hourly updates and he's missing some texts occasionally. Forgetting still. Sometimes goes 2 hours without texting, and I panic wondering where he is. Text him asking for update, and he responds. Saying sorry, got busy, forgot. Tell him he needs to set alarm on phone to remind him can't forget. He says he's working with heavy machinery, can't always check phone, safely dangerous. Tell him he can step away for 30 seconds to send quick text, not hard. He agrees to try harder, but I can tell he's getting frustrated with system. Start noticing the texts are getting shorter and less detailed than before. Used to say, at downtown site working on foundation with details included. Now just says, same site, or still here, without any context or information. 2 weeks in, and he forgets to text for 3 hours. One afternoon completely silent. Keep checking phone, waiting for update, but nothing comes at all. Radio silence. Check his location, and he's at unfamiliar address. Not usual construction site. Different. Panic and call him multiple times, but he doesn't answer phone at all. Finally texts back at 3 p.m. saying, sorry, phone died and had emergency meeting. Ask him what emergency meeting and why didn't he tell me about it before. Tell him I was worried sick, thought something happened to him, scared panic. Ask him to keep phone charger in truck so phone never dies, again, always charged. Suggest he should text me before phone dies to warn me about it. Advance notice. Realize I'm being demanding, but can't help feeling anxious when I can't reach contact. 3 weeks in, and his texts are becoming more sporadic and irregular now. When I confront him, he says he's doing his best, but work is demanding. Tell him lots of people have demanding jobs and still manage to text. He says most people don't have to text every hour just to confirm existence. Tell him this is about safety, not confirmation of existence, different things completely. He says it feels like checking in with parole officer, not girlfriend relationship dynamic. Feel offended and tell him I'm just concerned about his well-being. That's all. Month in, and I notice his location sharing has been turned off, completely disabled. Immediately text him, asking why he turned off location. sharing did this deliberately. He responds, saying his phone updated and it reset the settings. Automatically happened. 3 hours pass, and it's still not turned on yet. Still off waiting. When he gets home, confront him about turning off location. Sharing deliberately suspicious. 5 weeks in, and he's terrible at texting updates now. Barely does it anymore. Lucky if I get 2 or 3 texts during entire workday, maybe less. Have to text him asking for updates, and he responds hours later too late. Tell him this system only works if he actually participates in it properly. He says he's trying, but he can't keep stopping work every hour. Just text. Suggest maybe he should find less demanding job if can't take 30 seconds. He looks at me like I'm crazy and says, "You want me to change jobs over texting? Start checking his location more frequently since he's not texting enough concerned. Check every 20-30 minutes throughout the day just to see where he is. Location." One afternoon, his location shows he's at restaurant during lunch break eating. Feels suspicious because he didn't tell me he was going to lunch out eating. Text him, asking who he's having lunch with right now. Tell me exactly. He responds, saying he's with his work crew. They went to lunch together, normal. Ask him who specifically is in the crew names of everyone there with him. He lists the names including one woman named Sarah from office administrative staff. Feel immediately suspicious about Sarah and ask why she's at lunch with crew. He says she works on same projects and sometimes joins for lunch casual nothing. Ask him why he never mentioned Sarah before, now hiding her from me deliberately. Ask him to avoid having lunch with her anymore, just the guys only, no women. He says that's ridiculous. She's co-worker and works on projects with them together. 6 weeks in, and he stops responding to my location. Requests entirely, now completely. Text him asking where he is, and he doesn't respond for hours, at times silent. Check his location, and he's at various sites like normal working there. But feel panicked when he doesn't respond immediately to my messages, waiting desperately. Leaves me on read multiple times. Throughout day can see he's reading messages. Finally responds at end of day saying, "Sorry, was busy working, couldn't respond." Tell him he's being disrespectful by ignoring my messages when I'm worried sick. Confront him about Sarah again because I saw his location at that restaurant twice. Ask him if something is going on between him and Sarah, suspicious behavior patterns. He looks exhausted and says, "No, nothing is going on. She's just coworker." Ask him to prove it by texting me every time Sarah is around. Updates needed. He says absolutely not. That's insane request, won't do that at all. Refuse. 7 weeks in, and he stops texting me. During workday, entirely, completely silent. No updates, no responses, nothing. From 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, total silence. Check his location obsessively every few minutes, throughout entire day, constantly refreshing. His location shows he's at bar after work. One day unexpected location there. Immediately call him, and he doesn't answer phone. Ignoring my calls deliberately. Text him, asking why he's at bar and who he's with right now. Tell. He responds hour later, saying he's with work crew having drink after long day. Ask him if Sarah is there with them, and he doesn't respond to that question. Call him repeatedly until he finally answers. Phone picks up frustrated. He says, "Yes. She's here with everyone else, the whole crew together. All. Tell him to come home right now. Immediately leave the bar this instant." He says, "No, he's having drink with friends and will come home when done." Feel panic rising because he's at bar with Sarah, and refusing to leave, won't. Check his location, constantly watching to see if he moves from bar yet. He stays there for 2 more hours before finally leaving, heading somewhere else. His location shows he's going to residential address, not our apartment, different place. Call him repeatedly asking where he's going, but he doesn't answer at all. Text him saying I can see his location and he's not coming home, we're going. He finally texts back, saying he's staying at friend's place tonight, not coming back. Ask him why, and he says because he needs break from the constant monitoring. Tell him if he doesn't come home right now, we're done, finished over completely. He doesn't respond to that text at all, complete silence from him, nothing back. Check his location, and he's at that residential address all night, staying there overnight. Don't sleep all night checking his location every 10 minutes, compulsively watching. At 3 a.m., his location sharing turns off completely, and I can't see him anymore. Panic and call him over and over, but he doesn't answer phone at all. Next morning, he texts saying he's getting his stuff from apartment moving out. Feel complete panic and tell him we need to talk about this. Can't leave. He says there's nothing to talk about. He can't live like this anymore. Done. Tell him I was just worried about his safety. That's all, nothing wrong with concern. He says it wasn't about safety. It was about control every hour, every day. Tells me that checking his location every 10 minutes is not normal behavior. Says that demanding to know who he's eating lunch with is not reasonable request. Ask him where he stayed last night and if it was with Sarah there. He says that's exactly the problem I need to know, everything, every moment, always. Tells me it doesn't matter where he stayed because we're done, broken up over. Tells me the relationship ended when I demanded hourly location updates months ago. Says he tried to make it work, but couldn't live under constant surveillance forever. He comes to get his stuff while I'm at work, so we don't have to see. Leave apartment and it's half empty. His things all gone, moved out completely. Check my phone and his location. Sharing is permanently off. Can't see him anymore. Feel lost because I don't know where he is or what he's doing. Nothing. Realize I've been checking his location hundreds of times a day for weeks obsessively. Week later, see on social media, he's at restaurant with group of people together. Zoom in on photo, and Sarah is sitting next to him, close at table. Feel vindicated that I was right to be suspicious about her. All along knew, but then realize he's not my boyfriend anymore and can be with whoever wants. Notice how relaxed and happy he looks in photo, genuinely smiling at camera. Realize he looks happier than he did in months with me toward end relationship. Comments from his friends saying, "Good to see you. Happy again. Man. Finally free." Month later, see their official on social media, him and Sarah dating now publicly. Caption about finding someone who trusts you and doesn't need constant updates freedom. Realize that he found someone who doesn't need to know his location constantly trusting. Talk to therapist about what happened, and she asks important questions me. Why did I need to know his location every hour throughout the day? Explain. Sit there unable to give good answer, except that I was worried, anxious constantly. Therapist says that level of monitoring is controlling behavior, not concern for safety. Asks if I trusted him, and I realize I didn't trust him at all. Never did. Understand that demanding hourly updates was about control, not safety at all, really. Therapist says that checking his location every 10 minutes is obsessive-compulsive behavior. Realize I drove him away by treating him like he was doing something wrong always. 3 months later, and they seem very happy together, constantly posting photos everywhere. She doesn't post about tracking him or knowing his location, just about enjoying time. Realize that normal couples don't need constant location updates to feel secure together. 6 months later, see they moved in together, already serious and committed clearly. She posts about how nice it is to live with someone you trust completely. Faith. His location is never mentioned in any of their posts because she doesn't track normal. Meanwhile, I'm still single because I can't date without needing constant updates. Tried dating someone new and immediately wanted location sharing turned on first week. He said that's weird and stopped seeing me after few dates, too controlling. Realize I have trust issues that manifest as need to control and monitor always. Still check my phone constantly, even though no one to track anymore. Habit formed. Understand that demanding hourly location updates is not normal or healthy behavior. Realize I lost good man because I couldn't trust him to simply exist without monitoring. Year later, see they're engaged and planning wedding together, happy and committed, while I'm alone dealing with anxiety that drove everyone away from me. Isolation, learned that safety concerns are valid, but constant monitoring is controlling, not caring. Now, I'm cautionary tale about how anxiety and control disguised as concern destroys relationships. Treated boyfriend like he was criminal who needed constant surveillance tracking always. Lost him to woman who understands that trust means freedom, not constant check-ins. Realize my need for control destroyed relationship because couldn't trust him at all. Understand that checking location hundreds of times daily was obsessive, not protective behavior. Tell myself it was about safety, but really was about my own insecurity and anxiety. Now alone at 26 because turned love into surveillance system that suffocated him completely.